Hello, and thank you so much for joining us for the Festival of Cinema NYC virtual filmmaker interviews. I am Stephen S. Miller, cabaret star, and I'm being joined by my fabulous co-host, Bonnie Rose, star of television and film. We are so excited today to be joined by Bob Celli and Laura Delano of the film The Keeper. Which will be premiering on Friday, October 2nd at 10 p.m. Welcome to the show.
Great to be here.
Delighted to be here. We're so excited to have you here. We're really, really thrilled. Let me just get right into it. What was the premise of your film?
The premise for this one was a little different than all our other ones. Our other ones have been basically historical dramas. Mm-hmm. My wife, Laura, has an active dream world. And one morning she woke up with this crazy ass dream that I decided I just kept thinking about it. And I thought, wow, I can twist this a little bit and make it into a good little story. So that's the premise of it. That's where it started.
And it was interesting because when I read the script after he'd written it about my dream, sort of based on my dream, I said, oh no, this is so different from what we've ever done. I don't think we can do this. But then I kept on thinking about it. And he said, gotcha, we're doing it. So
of course, I wasn't so heavy-handed that way because, this is, I live in the same apartment.
That's right.
So you touched on it right now because it came from a dream, but what inspired you to actually write the story, even though it was a dream and you weren't sure? What inspired you and what made you decide to do it now?
I'm a firm believer that stories find you, whether you're a director, whether you're a writer, and even an actor. Some things resonate more than others for you. And this story came out and it just it had nothing to do with the time as opposed to, it did a little bit in terms of, people are always in their phones. People are very self-absorbed, self-centered. And in that self-centered world we live in, we're still trying to make human connection, which is a balancing act for one and absurd in the other.
Yeah.
And that's where that story started to develop. And that's why I wanted to tell it.
I think also, just to add to that, one of the other things that sort of interested us is that how well do you know the person right next to you? How well do you know anyone, really? How many things are we hiding? How many things do we not know about other people? And what are the surprises? What are the good surprises? What are the bad surprises? And more than the other films, I think this one was really almost a decision to take people on a roller coaster ride. Many twists and turns rather than delivering one straight message, one particular message. It was more of a ride.
Definitely a thriller, that I could say. How did both of you or one of you find the funding? How did you get this project developed and up on its feet?
Laura, being the producer, why don't you answer that question?
All right. Well, we're fortunate that we have a lot of very supportive people who have funded our projects over the years. We started in theater and we did little box theater productions. We even did an off-Broadway production. An off-Broadway production. And at a certain point that got to be too expensive. So we thought, let's try film. And many of those supporters came with us. The thing that, for this film, the budget was slightly smaller than our other films. So we didn't do a public campaign for this particular film. We just went to our very supportive people and said, we got this idea, are you in? And luckily most of them said yes. In the past we've done crowdfunding, and done Facebook and email pleas for support, and we've always been able to do it through a nonprofit, which at least gives our people who make donations, they get a tax deduction. So that's one way we've done it.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful that you have that support and that you've grown with that. And our last question, very exciting. How do you feel about seeing your film at the drive-in in Queens?
Oh my God. Are you kidding? On a 50-foot screen? It's a little frightening, to be honest with you, because this one, unlike the other films, I put myself in this one. So I don't like looking at myself to begin with in a mirror. So on a 50-foot screen, that's going to be a little jarring.
I'm thrilled. I obviously I love the way Bob looks, so I'll love to see him 50 feet large.
And in all honesty, it's fantastic. I mean, given what we're all going through at this point, we've had so many festivals that have been virtual, which is, a testament to all the festival runners who have tried to keep the arts alive in challenging times. But to actually be able to physically go again to see a movie, even if it's in the car, it's special. It means a lot.
Yeah, so kudos to you all for finding this way of doing something during these really, really challenging times. So yeah, really excited to be a part of it, and thanks for having our film.
Well, we're so excited that you're part of this. Stephen, back to you.
We're just so excited for Bob and Laura and the Keeper to be at the Festival of Cinema NYC, and we're so thankful for you making this film. It's just so important, and we want to thank you so much for being here today.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
And until next time, we will see you soon.
See you at the drive-in.